Good morning and welcome to Swingout 2025. My name is Bo Bennett and I am the president of the class of 2025. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag At this time, I would like to invite Vinnie Clark to the podium, who will be presenting the class welcome.
Good morning, class of 2025. I am getting over a cold, so I apologize if I sound insane. It is my honor to welcome you all to Swingout as we commemorate the graduating class and our accomplishments. May 16th. Today marks the final day that we walk these halls as students at Greenville Public Schools. There is a bittersweet terror that such finality elicits. Regardless of if your first day was at 5 or 15, regardless of the friends that you have gained or lost in the intense cycles that have broken and shaped you, consolidated into 4 heightened years have been dozens of firsts, mountains of wrong moves and awkward conversations, and stories you will continue to tell decades from now. Whether your onward path consists of a faraway journey, election as pope, or a comfortable family life, our expeditions will be timeless. Speaking of time, several years prior, I became absorbed in a theory that investigated the presupposed passage of time, or rather, the lack thereof. The skeptical introduction of block time, belief that there is no specific moment that marks the present, nor is there any event that implies that the future has turned to present. By saying this, scientists have to, of course, acknowledge that time has a direct sequence. However, this doesn't suppose that we as humans observe the passage of time, but rather the labeling of temporal directions. We observe the latter states of the world differ from the earlier states of the world. Many believe that the automatic filing of memories within the human mind produces an illusion that there is movement, while others contend that answers lie in fields parallel to the induction of dizziness. While I'm no scientist, and I certainly don't have any larger hypothesis regarding this discussion, I am able to assert my 2 cents when it comes to navigating a world that offers so many contradicting explanations. Allow yourself time to confer with your being. Allow yourself time to experience all expanses of yourself completely, to discover your truth in its entirety. These moments sneak up on you. The primary symptom of childhood is a longing to become more than yourself. The primary symptom of young adulthood is a longing to return to yourself. At this age, we become conscious in a way that induces preemptive nostalgia. This is a cruel time because this is the best time. We sit here now as unwise youth, defiantly dismissive, distinctly determined, non-committal, and unreliable as we are. We sit here now, anxious children, devastatingly unaware of the briefness of imagination that soars through ourselves, strategically absorbing the best spots on the playground from the pinnacle of juvenility atop the highest point of the swing set. And as we were. And we sit here now, bittersweet reality absorbing into our weathered limbs, fondly reminiscing the memories that we now live. You chuckle at days you have yet to experience, as we will be. We sit here now, together. Congratulations.
Good morning. My name is Danelle Nada, and I am the principal here at GHS, probably best known as the lady who wears high heels every day. I'm also a proud 1996 graduate of Greenville, and I can still remember sitting where you are about to embark on your next journey in life. I want you to know that it has been my honor and privilege to be your principal this year. You have heard it said by many others in the last few weeks, and I want you to know that it's true, that you are the kindest group of students that I have worked with in 25 years. Thank you for a wonderful year, and congratulations. Now let's honor a few of you with some well-deserved awards. Each spring, staff members at Greenville High School nominate seniors they believe meet the criteria established for the awards given today. A committee comprised of department heads, selected teachers, and the building administrators meet and review a list of nominees. This committee makes the decision based on the criteria stated in the student handbook or as designated by the award's namesake. Presentation of these awards has been a part of the Swingout ceremony for many years and is a high point of Honors Week. The American Legion Auxiliary Award and the Commander Grow Awards are given each year as part of the Swingout ceremony to a male and female who demonstrate outstanding character development during their high school career. The criteria consist of honesty, ability and willingness to carry out responsibility, fairness with others, and moral courage. Although considerations, academic and athletic success are not part of the criteria. The past recipients of these awards have gone on to become doctors, lawyers, college professors, teachers, psychologists, research scientists, and musicians, to name but a few. Those who have been selected are young men and women who have had the courage and character to succeed. This year's recipient of the Commander Grow Award possesses all of the criteria for which this award stands: honesty, ability and willingness to carry responsibility, fairness in relationships with others, and moral courage. This wonderful young man has been extremely busy during his time at Greenville High School, having played 4 years of basketball, football, and baseball, where he was a captain for 2 years on each of those teams. He was also involved in Interact, National Honor Society, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes, where he volunteered at many different school and community events, such as blood drives, coin drives, and reading to elementary students. The award winner plans to attend Montcalm Community College in the fall. Please join me in congratulating the 2025 Commander Grow Award winner, Ezekiel Robinette. The class of 2025's American Legion Auxiliary Award winner exemplifies the criteria in which this award was established: honesty, ability to carry responsibility, fairness in relations with others, and moral courage. This young lady has a long list of extracurricular activities as well as community involvement. She is the current student council and class president, as well as the DECA president, where she recently competed at DECA Internationals in Orlando, Florida. She is also the founder and president of the Sisterhood Project here at GHS. She is a member of the Interact Club and was also the student representative to the Greenville Board of Education. Our American Legion Auxiliary Award winner plans to attend Michigan State University in the fall to major in marketing and international relations. Please join me in congratulating this year's American Legion Auxiliary Award winner, Labua Bennett. Now we have the GHS Outstanding Male and Female Awards. To be considered for these awards, you should be just that, an outstanding member of the senior class. The nominees should have demonstrated a high degree of effort and ability and cooperation during their years at Greenville High School. The class of 2025 Outstanding Male recipient is the epitome of the award's name. This student has been involved in many activities and athletics in his 4 years at Greenville High School. He has participated in football, wrestling, baseball, and track and field, where he was named captain numerous times across all sports, as well as being named all-conference for all 4 sports and all-region for football. In wrestling, he is a 4-time state qualifier, 3-time conference champ, 3-time district champ, 2-time regional champ, and finished second in wins in school history with a career record of 209 wins. In track and field, he also holds the school record for discus and finished 3rd in the state for shot put his sophomore year. This outstanding male not only excels in athletics, but is also a member of National Honor Society and Interact Club. He's also one of those people that exemplifies that word I mentioned earlier, kindness. This outstanding male has plans to attend Michigan Technological University to pursue a degree in business and marketing. It is my pleasure to present this year's Outstanding Male Award to Case Johnson. This year's Outstanding Female Award winner has an impressive list of activities and achievements during her 4 years at Greenville High School. This student was involved in varsity soccer, jazz band, National Honor Society, Science Olympiad, where she was the team captain, and marching band, where she was a drum major for 3 years. She has also played travel soccer and tutored in Chinese throughout high school. This outstanding female is part of the first graduating class of seniors from our Chinese immersion program, with which she will graduate with a seal of biliteracy in Mandarin Chinese. Our award winner plans on attending Michigan State University to pursue a double major in biochemistry and molecular biology, as well as the Chinese language. It is my pleasure to announce the class of 2025 Outstanding Female, Kendall Crawford. I would like to now welcome to the front of the room here our Village Green Singers, as they are directed by Andrew Sampson, and they perform the song My Wish.
Good morning and welcome to Swingout for the class of 2025. I am honored and humbled to be given the task of presenting our class history. While today is a day to celebrate our accomplishments, it would not be complete without reminiscing and celebrating our last 13 years together. Now, let's jump to where this journey began, the first day of kindergarten. Welcome to kindergarten, class of 2025. We learned how to share, do the monkey bars, and how to treat our friends. At Walnut Hills, Owen Gilmer was kind enough to wave through the window to Alexis and Buddy, who was locked outside in the cold, but he didn't let her in or tell his teacher. For a lot of us, kindergarten was the first time we had to really follow the rules. This was a rude awakening for many of us as we received pink slips for trivial things, including Zeke Robinette getting nearly 20 pink slips that year. Kindergarten was full of new experiences and was the start of many new friendships that would continue for the next 12 years and beyond. Kindergarten was a roller coaster, but we survived, making it to our first summer break. We have reached first grade. It was chaotic as we got closer to our classmates, but we hadn't quite figured out when to listen to our teachers. We made loom band bracelets and found a love for temporary tattoos. Over at Cedar Crest, Mrs. Bradley's class was brought closer together with a pet stuffed tiger. At Walnut Hills, Mrs. Cardis taught us how to make jitter juice, a combination of Sprite and ice cream sprinkles, which we drank right before being sent home. Good one, Mrs. Cardis. Amidst the chaos of first grade, Corinne Medler fell off the top of the slide during recess, cracking her head open on the ice. Luckily, she lived to tell the tale. On a less painful note, Jonah Heiler broke the class pencil sharpener and was told to take it home and fix it. He didn't take it home and found the pencil sharpener waiting for him in Children's Corner. First grade was also when we started to lose our baby teeth, and I know I'm not the only one who cried after losing a tooth on the playground. Goodbye and good riddance, first grade. Second grade was when we started to get into the habit of the school routine, and we learned how to write in cursive. Second grade also led to friendships growing into something slightly more, which can be summed up by Thomas Ocker and Shayna Mann getting married with a ring pop on the kickball field. And no, that was not the only wedding that took place that year. At Baldwin Heights, there was even a marriage tree. We also got to go to the Scholastic book fairs, but it was clear that most of us were more interested in toys and erasers than we were in the books. We definitely learned a lot in second grade, and with that, it's time to move on to third grade. In third grade, we were introduced to the world of standardized testing, and we were finally in the upper half of the building. We took the STAR test, the M-STEP, and even got to walk out to the buses alone. Third grade was a big year. Kickball, basketball, and Foursquare became recess favorites and the cause for many trips to the principal's and nurses' offices. During recess at Lincoln Heights, Mallory Linder broke her arm falling off the monkey bars. Over at Baldwin Heights, Grace Russell punched Aaron Enbody after he disrupted her game of Foursquare. He probably deserved it, but we were also quite the competitive bunch. Cedar Crest held a water balloon fight, and many students targeted Mr. Stump. They also catapulted pumpkins and may or may not have hit a staff member's car. Oops. At Lincoln Heights, Mrs. Chamberlain had a market called the Chamber Lane, run by the students. Brady Lockwood, Case Johnson, and Zeke Robinette made the most money by selling slime, which won the class a pizza party. Third grade was a lot of fun, and we were beginning to feel like the big kids of the building. Next, fourth grade. Fourth grade, we had a lot of guest speakers. These presentations taught us about energy, fossils, reproductive health, and mindfulness. What an interesting year. Fourth grade also came with its fair share of drama, as we began to create our own clubs and cliques. At Lincoln Heights, the Tree Club was formed to protect the environment. Unfortunately, the Tree Club turned violent after a couple of months of recess. Baldwin Heights experienced the tragic death of their class guinea pig, Mr. Lucky Waffles, after he was sent home with Braylon Heist for spring break. Jumping over to Cedar Crest, the Mannequin Challenge was a big hit this year. Larissa Roy and Julia Rasmussen's class won with the theme Food Fight, during which Larissa accidentally dumped a carton of milk on Skyly Aldridge's head. Over at Baldwin, the fourth grade class had a garden and was able to bake zucchini bread at the end of the year. To wrap up fourth grade, Cedar Crest and Walnut Hills students were pen pals and got together for popsicles at Danish Kingdom. And finally, fifth grade. In our final year in elementary school, We got to go on multiple field trips and participate in our last school carnivals, Relay for Life celebrations, spooktaculars, and Santa sales. At the end of the year, we walked through the halls in our elementary school graduation wearing paper caps. When it came to our class's competitive spirit, 5th grade was no exception. We completed our AR testing, always trying to one-up each other, and the recess incidents continued. At Baldwin Heights, Micaiah Amelia pushed Paul Miller to the ground while playing basketball, and Paul had to go get stitches. Another basketball injury happened over at Lincoln Heights when Peyton Deshane went up for a layup and kneed Cole Brayman in the head, knocking Cole out. Aside from those incidents, the class of 2025 also became leaders in 5th grade. At Walnut Hills, Mr. Cease's class had a substitute teacher during a lockdown drill. The kids were trying to explain how to barricade the door and where we were supposed to sit, but the substitute teacher kept taking down the tables and chairs. After the drill, Mr. Cease was left an awful sub-note, but those of us who were there know what really happened. Over at Cedar Crest, many students became Cedar leaders and helped a class of 1st graders. A highlight of this being when Larissa Roy and Julia Rasmussen brought some sort of unsuccessful cookies to their 1st grade group. As our last year of elementary school wrapped up, we got to celebrate with our classmates for the last time before joining the melting pot that was middle school. At Walnut Hills, the 5th graders played a game of Survivor throughout the school year. And for the grand finale, Kira Henry and Charlie Burns ate a sandwich with sardines, donuts, and mustard on it. It sounds gross, but they did win 100 points. And with that, we threw our caps for the first time and graduated to the terrifying world of middle school. And now, the class of 2025 has reached 6th grade with the unforgettable slogan, "The best is in the middle." Between the COVID pandemic, the overuse of Axe body spray, and our obsession with cow print and bucket hats, I'm not sure the best was truly in the middle. We were finally mixed with our classmates from all 4 elementary schools, which certainly shook up some friend groups. We got to participate in band and orchestra and choir, as well as art classes and woodworking. While those are certainly highlights, managing 6 classes at once was definitely an adjustment. In 7th grade, we experienced many firsts, such as school athletics, relationships, and school dances, including when Braylon Heist broke Cole Brayman's ankle while playing basketball in the gym during our first school dance. During the early weeks of the COVID pandemic, it seemed Mr. Conley was the only person keeping us in the loop by playing CNN videos each day in science class. The pandemic had a huge impact on our middle school experience, causing us to transition to online classes partway through 7th grade. Nearly all of us tested our teachers' limits to see how much we could get away with while in online school, whether that was sleeping, playing Minecraft or Fortnite, or leaving our mic on while we ate lunch. Everyone had a different experience with Google Meets in virtual school, but I think we can all agree that the fun ended after about a month. 8th grade brought some changes. We started the year online and finally came back to the building with the dreaded block schedule and mask breaks. During mask breaks in band, we would climb on the ice hills and push each other off them. Sorry, Mr. Radke. We also had to get used to an outside gym class due to COVID. Mr. Kohler's first hour class remembers this, when they were running through the fog over the uneven parking lot and couldn't see a thing. On another interesting note, our class effectively got grilled cheese banned from the middle school cafeteria for about 4 years, thanks to Leah Moore, Malin Rittersdorf, and their friend group throwing grilled cheese at each other. One grilled cheese landed in the corner of the room and was found weeks later unrecognizable. After completing 8th grade, many of us went on the East Coast trip. On the way back, Brendan Jones got stuck in the bus bathroom for at least 15 minutes without anyone noticing he was gone. I think it's safe to say we won't miss middle school. High school started with a bang, with football, cheer, soccer, cross country, marching band, and volleyball all starting before the first day of school. Many of us got to make new friends and meet upperclassmen as we began our freshman year. Being freshmen opened doors to us as we got to choose our classes and join the student section at football and basketball games. We participated in mock rock and were joined by our St. Charles classmates. Freshman year allowed us to go to homecoming, which took place in a tent in the parking lot, as COVID was still very present. I also wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to one of our classmates who held the door each morning, nearly every single day. On behalf of the senior class, thank you, Lucas Opper, for being so thoughtful. To wrap up our freshman year, those of us in Mr. Radcliffe's AP World class experienced our first AP test, some of us barely making it out alive. And with that, we moved on to our sophomore year. Sophomore year was a wild one, that's for sure. Before the school year even started, marching band began in early August, and many of us can remember being stuck in the tunnel on Legacy Field for over an hour while it was thunderstorming. This year, our band and orchestra students also traveled to Disney and performed at Disney Springs and Magic Kingdom. While spending the day in Magic Kingdom, Cyrus Curry would often randomly start doing the I'm a Little Teapot dance and the penguin drinking tea dance, and others would join in. It was quite a trip. Being students at the high school gave us new opportunities to show our school spirit. We joined the student section for football games and experienced the first varsity football win in 3 years. During the homecoming football game, Kendra McGowan and her friends painted each other's nails purple, eventually painting nearly every person's pinky purple. The Performing Arts Department was home to a plethora of shows this year, including The Wizard of Oz, which was comprised of over 100 student performers. As a class, we became much more comfortable in our high school classes, prompting Mr. Lewis to refer to his WIN class as Spoiled Americans, as well as prompting Marley Ingalls and Leah Moore to hide mini babies in Mr. Schmock's room during WIN. As far as I've heard, the babies are still being found to this day. Many of us took driver's training and got behind the wheel for the first time, a scarier highlight of sophomore year. After learning how to drive and finally finding our way around the high school, it was time to move on to what may be the most challenging year when it comes to academics, junior year. 11th grade was a long and challenging year for many of us. We had an official introduction to AP classes, including many late nights reserved for homework, tears over homework, and complaining to our friends about homework. We took the SAT, ACT work keys, and our final STAR tests in the spring. While the spring semester was certainly very stressful, we found a variety of ways to relieve the stress. In Mr. Lewis's classroom, you could find juniors playing ping pong throughout the month of May. He claims that he won't break out the ping pong table until after AP testing, but I think he gets it out earlier every year. Another AP Lang story was when Zeke Robinette accidentally tackled Hannah D. Ward to the ground. If you want more details, ask one of them. AP and Honors Physics students also got to escape the stress by taking a trip to Michigan's Adventure with Mrs. Lalonde, with an unplanned stop or two on the way there. During June of 2024, following our junior year, a group of Greenville High School students joined Mrs. Paris on a trip to Europe. They traveled to Spain, France, and Italy, and Cameron Beckett made a habit of immediately falling asleep on Marcus Stewart every time they got on the bus. During the awards assembly after graduation, the class of 2025 finally took our seats on the floor of the gym where we are sitting today. Here we are, senior year. To kick off our senior year, we congratulated our student section leaders and joined our classmates in Legacy Field for the last time. After homecoming, a group of seniors went to Zeke Robinette's house for a bonfire. Caleb Balico was playing guitar around the fire, and this was about when we realized we really only have a few months left together. Fall sports came to an end and winter sports began. Our basketball teams had fantastic seasons, with our boys team becoming the first River Cities Alliance champions. We enjoyed our last Christmas break and brought back the Greenville High School ski team. Second semester brought with it serious cases of senioritis for some and difficult college decisions for others. We continued to experience many lasts, including our last senior night, last spring break, last concerts, and last exams. Spring sports came to a close for the most part, with our boys track team becoming conference champions. And now, we've finished the last of our classes, received our cords and awards, and are sitting in these chairs for the last time. It has been a long journey to make it to today, and everyone has had a different experience. The last 13 years have been quite the adventure, and we have grown up into the men and women we are today. While we are absolutely here to celebrate our accomplishments, we wouldn't have made it this far without the help of our families, friends, and staff members. Thank you for the endless support, rides to practice, and late-night homework help. And with that, we've made it to our final moments in high school. Graduating high school is an amazing accomplishment, but our adventure isn't done yet. There is still so much more to come. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
You can be the master of your fate. You can be the captain of your soul. Those powerful words have stayed with me over the past 4 years. I've learned that being your own captain takes time. It means realizing that life isn't just happening to you, it's coming from you. And that realization has shaped my journey. 12 years ago, I arrived in Greenville as a small girl from Thailand. I didn't know what to expect, but this community welcomed me with open arms. It's here that I found my voice, my confidence, and my love for leading others. Serving as the class of 2025 president has been the greatest honor. Thank you for trusting me to represent you, to advocate for you, and to grow old with you. Now, with gratitude and full confidence, I'm ready to pass on this key, this symbol of leadership and legacy, to someone who I know will honor Greenville and give their all to uplift this school. Please give a big welcome to your next class president, Audrey Belding.
I am so honored to accept this key on behalf of the class of 2026. I am so excited for the wonderful year ahead. Thank you so much, and congratulations, seniors.
Okay, now it's time for our class poem. To Those Who Leave the Hive by LaBeau Bennett. We came as strangers, uncertain and new. These halls became the path we knew. From first unsure and searching glance to fearless steps, we took our chance. Through seasons past and lessons learned, Friday night lights and pages turned. We built a name not carved in stone, but stitched in hearts we called our own. In labs where questions filled the air, on stages lit with spotlight glare. In brushes swept and notes held long, in every play and every song. We made a mark, both proud and wide, each voice a thread of jacket pride. Our team has fought with grit and flame, their victories now crown our name. But greater still than score or fame is how we played the quiet game, in lifting up the ones who fell, in stories only time will tell. This hive has held us, shaped our flight, through purple dawns and golden night. And though the world now calls us on, its root remain when we are gone. So raise your eyes and do not fear, the future waits, we've made that clear. For every laugh, for every cry, we live, we rose, we reach the sky. Our legacy, like morning light, will warm these halls beyond tonight. So go and make a lasting name, but know from where your courage came.
Good morning, and congratulations to the class of 2025. It feels surreal to be up here today talking to you about graduation. Just yesterday, we were juniors, buzzing with excitement with the finish line just in sight. Not long before that, we were freshmen, brushing off the seniors who told us how quickly these 4 years would go by. Well, here we are, sitting in these seats, ready to walk out on our last official day of high school. This is a moment we've been waiting for all our lives, yet a moment that came too soon. Today's a time to celebrate our achievements and reminisce on all the memories we've made here. But it is also a moment where we must begin to say our goodbyes to everything we've known. Today we cross the bridge between what was and what will become. We prepare to leave our world of familiarity and face the uncharted path ahead. But as we step forward, we should trust not in ourselves alone, but in the plan God has set forth for us. We must be prepared to stumble, we must be ready to make mistakes, and we should expect to grow stronger because of them. In the words of the greatest to play the game, Michael Jordan, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Graduates, we all need this level of resilience, because just like high school, life will throw us more challenges after graduation. Whether it was the heavily detested concept builders, or the new but equally despised calc pads, or even Mr. Radcliffe's infamous DBQ and LEQ questions, we've all faced challenges in our time in high school. However, we overcame these challenges and they made us stronger. As you celebrate this milestone in your life today, don't forget to take a moment to remember all the people who helped you get here. Think of all the teachers and staff who paved your road to success. Think of your classmates who have stood the test and tribulations with you. Think of all the faculty members who make this school as great as it is. And lastly, but certainly not least, think of your parents and all the time they dedicated to you, molding you into the young, brilliant people you are today. This past week, while preparing for Swingout and all the other senior activities, I came to a simple yet important realization. That is, that nothing lasts forever. At one point, we went to our last dance, we went to the last football game, and we went to our last class. And now, we are met with our last day. While it is a tough pill to swallow, it's important to realize that everything comes to an end. With this being said, I urge everyone to make the most of every moment. As we all embark down our separate paths, fear not the future, nor fret the past. Instead, focus on yourself. For true success isn't measured in accolades, popularity, or even money, but in personal growth. To quote Ralph Waldo Emerson, what lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies inside of you. And what lies inside of us, within each yellow jacket here today, is grit, courage, and a spirit that refuses to back down. We spent 13 years to get to this point. We've been through highs and lows, through ups and downs. Even a pandemic couldn't stop us from getting here. And now we step into the future, strengthened by every challenge we've endured. Congratulations, class of 2025. It has been an honor to share this journey with you. And now, let's swing out.